Man, Lavar Ball has been making headlines nearly every day for the past 2 weeks. And I like I said, family, LeVar Ball is a damn genius. He is a genius. And I commend him for being such a great father, raising his kids in a two-parent household, regardless how you feel about, all these pro-blacks, okay? I don't like to use that term, pro-black, okay? It's natural, all right? The first law of nature is self-preservation. So you're going to preserve who you are. All right. I'm naturally pro-black. But what I'm saying is the people who are against interracial marriages and stuff like that and are against the fact that LeVar Ball is married to a Caucasian, right? And they just dismiss him, period, because he's not black enough or whatever the case may be. The man is black and he has black children, period. All right. And like I said before, I will take a LeVar Ball married to a white woman, a Caucasian, a Edomite. All right. Whatever you want to call them. I will take a LeVar Ball over 50 Dr. Ben Carsons, who is married to a black woman that is a all-time coon. All right. Don't care how many PhDs you got. Don't care how many degrees you got. I don't care. I'll take a LeVar Ball raising his children from day one, married in a two-parent household, okay? And his children are all phenomenal people first, all right? Not to mention athletes, but people, because their main focus is basketball, athletics, all right? Academics, obviously. But that's all you hear about is basketball. No off the court stuff, no shenanigans, no type of dumbass catchphrases. Not like that. These kids are kids and they are great at what they do in terms of their talent. And that's how you know when you have a family that's raised the right way in a two-parent household, structured properly, around the right environment, et cetera, et cetera. And like I said, I'm a huge fan of LeVar Ball and the Ball family. I've been locked and loaded, just tuned in to every video. My timeline and my recommendations on my YouTube has a flood of the Ball family, videos and stuff like that I watch. So trust me, I'm a huge fan. But I'm going to talk about this recent comment by LeBron James, give you guys my thoughts and commentary that LeBron James had basically called out LeVar Ball and said, keep my name, keep my family, keep my children's name out your mouth. All right. And, I'm going to give my thoughts and commentary on that, family, and provide also, I'm going to play the clip as far as the guy who interviewed LeBron James about his response to LeVar Ball when he did a interview. LeVar Ball did an interview recently. I think it was a couple weeks ago. Back in was it Fox Sports or something like that. Anyway, I'll play the clip, family. Before I get into that, once again, if you're watching me for the first time, let me reintroduce myself. My name is Chauncey, aka the Black Separatist. On this channel, I talk about counter racism. I also talk about issues that affect black people collectively as a group. And I offer my suggestions on how to replace this broken system of injustice, this broken system of racism, white supremacy, with a system of justice. So if you are new and you agree to that ideology, please subscribe to this channel. If you don't agree, subscribe anyway, because I need two things to happen: my view counts and my subscribers to go up, so my message can be widespread about replacing this broken system of injustice with a system of justice. So if you want to hate watch and troll, be my guest, because at the end of the day, those types of people are just view counts and statistics. All right, so enough with the promo, family. So like I said, LeVar Ball is making headlines once again. And For those of you who are really not familiar with LeVar Ball, just Google him. The man is a very outspoken, just very, very colorful. I'd say just, I mean, when he enters a room, you know that's LeVar Ball. But he is the father of three phenomenal athletes: LiAngelo Ball, LaMelo Ball, and his oldest son, who is a freshman at UCLA, who is projected to be the number one pick, if not the top two pick in the upcoming NBA draft. Lonzo Ball, who is playing lights out basketball as the starting point guard for UCLA. They're in the Sweet 16 now. As a matter of fact, I haven't watched college basketball in years. And I just started watching college basketball because of Lonzo Ball. Like, the last time I watched college basketball, family, and I'm going to be real talk with you, that was when Chris Webber was playing for Michigan. And I was 13 years old. I'm 37. That's the last time I freaking watched college basketball, man. That's such a long ass time. So that means you know that Lonzo Ball is the truth. I mean, I have not even, like I said, I haven't watched college basketball since Michigan and the Fab Five with Chris Webber. You know what I'm saying? And he got me tuned in. So now I'm watching all the UCLA games. I'm a fan of the Ball family, period. I would try to watch the clips on YouTube or the game, stuff like that. I'm a huge fan. You know? But yeah, let me tell you something. LeVar, like I said, he's a genius. I talked about him before in my last video where I talked about how LeVar Ball is a genius and a rare in today's age in terms of a father raising his children in a two-parent household. All right? That's why I give this guy so much props. A lot of people don't understand because they don't understand because they don't have a family. They don't know where people like LeVar and myself come from. I'm a man who's been married for 12 years, have 3 beautiful children. All right? Raising my children in a two-parent household. A lot of people don't understand that because, number one, they were never raised with both of their parents. And so even now, you know, again, like I keep telling you guys, you know, what's the number one statistic right now among African-American families? Over 70% of African-American children are born out of wedlock. Right? Okay, so that's the problem. And that's the core foundation. I've always talked about the core foundation of nation building. It's not going out to no damn Black Lives Matter rally. All right? It's not going out to some random conscious community event, some lecture or some debate. No. Nation building starts at home. That's how you build a strong black family. Once you have a strong black family, you have a two-parent household. You know, you raise them around the right resources. The things that they need to help them succeed in life, that's going to transcend them to, number one, be an excellent human being, all right, and contribute to society the best that they know how, right? So that all the negative statistics when it comes to black children growing up in poverty will be dwindled down to zero because of a two-parent household, right, of a black family. They're living in the right environment, around the right resources. They're college bound, going to get a great job. So the positive things going forward for that child is a lot more to look forward to than someone, of course, in the other side of the spectrum, single parent household, mother living on or below the poverty line, struggling, etc., right? So in that instance, family, in that instance, when you live in a two-parent household in that kind of environment, you have obviously a better outlook in a future for your children. And that's what I always advocate, family. Nation building starts at home. All right? Nation building starts at home. That's all I always advocate. So anyway, family, so let me play the clip of this ESPN reporter who interviewed LeBron James about LeVar Ball and his comments toward um, LeBron's children, because LeBron's children are talented as well. Of course, the genes, of course, but they're talented children. I believe his children are 12 and 9. He has a girl also. So he has 2 boys and a girl. I got 3 boys, so I'm just like LeVar. I got 3 boys, but let me play this clip, family, and I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts and commentary on what LeBron had to say. So here we go.
Standout Lonzo Ball. What can you tell us about that conversation you had?
Well, Michael, LeBron said bluntly, LeVar Ball needs to keep my family's name out of his mouth. LeVar Ball made some recent comments on a podcast with former ESPN colleague of mine, Chris Broussard,
Right.
where he said that, look at the best players in the NBA. A guy like Kobe Bryant was great because his father was not great. A guy like Steph Curry was great because Del Curry was not great. Well, LeBron James's kids will have a hard time being great because of the legacy and the pedigree that LeBron has set out before them. Whereas my kids, LeVar Ball's kids, speaking in his voice, they have a better chance of becoming great because they don't have the pressure of my own legacy. Of course, you could look at another comment he made where he said that he would beat he would kill Michael Jordan one-on-one in his prime, as to say that you're being a little contradictory.
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious.
That would suggest that you actually are great and that your kids would have the same problem you're suggesting that LeBron's kids would have.
Yeah, I thought that comment was hilarious about the Michael Jordan thing. That was, of course, just outlandish, very outlandish. But yeah, there's a lot to be said about that, family. I did watch that interview with Chris Broussard that came out last week, I believe. It was actually a really good interview. It's a more of an in-depth interview because the interview is like 45 minutes or something like that. But it was a really good interview, and you got a better understanding of where LeVar was coming from. The comments he made about, because LeVar made some comments about not only LeBron James, he made some comments about Kobe Bryant, Steph Curry, basically the fathers, right? Kobe Bryant, his father, LeBron James, him being the father of his children, and Steph Curry and his dad, Del Curry. He was talking about basically the pressure of having a great athlete, right? Like if your father's a great athlete, such as LeBron James, you have a lot of pressure of the children trying to match what their father did. Like he brought up Michael Jordan's kids as well. Of course, Michael Jordan has kids, and obviously they're not in the league. They didn't pan out to be like their dad, but they ventured off to other business ventures, right? So when you have that pressure growing up, and it is pressure when you have a phenomenal, great athlete like a Michael Jordan and like a LeBron James, right? People are going to compare you to your father naturally. They're going to put that pressure is going to be on you to be just as great as your father, if not better. What LeVar was trying to say was basically, I'm a guy. LeVar was basically saying he's comparing himself to great basketball players, but at the same time, obviously he was not great. He averaged 2 points in college. He said he was not great. Of course, he acknowledged that he was not great. He averaged 2 points in college, but because of that, he instills the things that he made mistakes in while he was growing up, playing basketball in Division I and et cetera, et cetera. He instilled those things that he made mistakes in to make his kids better and excel at what they're doing. And guess what? That has worked. Right? So he's saying because he was not a great athlete, his kids are going to come out great, which they have the potential to be great. All his kids are very talented. That's what LeVar is trying to say. Now, do I agree with how he presented himself by calling out these people? I do not agree with that, but I understand, because this is why I always say he's a genius, because he is still making headlines. This guy is a marketing genius. I mean, he got Charles Barkley, Steve Kerr, Steph Curry. I mean, the list goes on of all of these A-list NBA superstars and coaches, etc. Everybody knows about the Ball family. They're a household name, right? And the father is the main guy as to why they're a household name, right? And so he's making headlines because of his mouth, but his kids are sustaining that because of their talent. That's what people aren't talking about. Yeah, LeVar got a big mouth, right? And LeVar was always talked about, yeah, I've been this way for a long time, but just cameras are around. Of course, that's him. He's always been like that. But at the same time, we wouldn't still be talking about him if his kids weren't shit. If his kids was trash, we'd be like, well, it's his dad need to just shut the fuck up. His dad don't know his dad is delusional. His kids are garbage. But no, his kids are phenomenal athletes. So his kids are sustaining what LeVar is talking about. LeVar is just talking and the kids are playing, but the kids, again, are phenomenal athletes. I understand that his two youngest boys who play for Chino Hills are out of the playoffs, I believe, for high school. They got knocked out, and LeVar made a comment, talked about, well, if it wasn't for the coach should have talked to me and had a better relationship. And if he would have done that, we would have won the championship. Man, when I saw that, I was just like, wow, that's just beyond crazy. Again, his approach is just unorthodox, something I would never have thought of, but I understand. He is marketing his children in a very aggressive, just, what's the word I'm looking for? Just a tumultuous way of marketing and presenting your children out there for the world, for mainstream media to talk about. And he's doing a phenomenal job. For those of you who follow me for any length of time, if you follow me on my social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, you guys know, and speaking of which, you guys can follow me on Twitter at Black Separatist and Instagram at The Black Separatist. I'll have the links in the description. But I'm a volunteer coach for my kids' AU basketball team, 8 and under, right? And I coach them, and I coach the team that they're on. And then at the same time, when I'm not coaching the entire team, I'm still coaching them at home in terms of their homework for school, which is number one, of course. Academics is number one, and then they love basketball. So I have them do drills outside, basically every day. Have them do some shooting drills, some dribbling drills, et cetera, because that's what they like to do. So I ask them, you guys like the sport? You guys want to get better? I'll help you get better. So I do drills, shooting drills, dribbling drills, stuff like that to improve their game, right? And try to get them ready for the next level, right? So that's what I do, and I see that Lavar Ball, before I even knew about Lavar Ball, I've been doing that. But when I read about and I saw interviews about how Lavar Ball is, training his children and stuff like that, I was like, wow, that's what I'm doing right now to my boys. My boys are 8 and 5. They love basketball, and I'm training them, to be better at what they like to do. So we come from the same cloth. Me and LeVar, we come from the same cloth in terms of fatherhood. And I respect LeBron James as well because of the fact that he is nation building, because he's raising his children with his wife. They've been married and his wife is a day one. His wife has been with him since day one, not one of them chicks who just got on after he got the millions in endorsements. She's been there day one. But he's raising his children in a 2-parent household. All right. And that's what I respect. I respect strong Black families that nation build with the 2-parent household. I respect that. And I just have to admire LeBron James and LeVar Ball for just doing that and making fathers like myself inspired. Right. I'm inspired by LeBron James. I'm inspired by LeVar Ball. That makes me be a better father to my children. You know what I'm saying? So that's the lane that I come from. But at the same time, going back to LeBron James' comments, I understand he will be upset. I would be upset too if my children are like really young and someone else calls out my children, like, well, your children are not gonna, live up to your expectations because you're a great athlete. I'll be like, well, yeah, you damn right. You should not be. First of all, don't be calling out my children, number one. All right. You got something to say to me, you say it to my face, you call my name out. Don't put my children in there. That would be my response as well. So I definitely agree with what LeBron James had to say. So I have no problem at all with LeBron James' comments. But at the same time, LeVar Ball, very outspoken, very outlandish, says some wild and crazy stuff, talking about he'll beat Michael Jordan one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? Funny dude as well, talking about Charles Barkley. Man, he don't want none. All he want to do is eat donuts. He can out-eat me in donuts or something like that. So, like I said, his comments towards LeBron James and Steph Curry, I'd say disrespectful. But at the end of the day, he's trying to market his children out there, and it's keeping his family's name out on mainstream media, and it's working. I have not seen this before. I have not seen a father, a family. Matter of fact, just marketing in general, like word of mouth marketing, right? Done like this. But at the same time, again, this is not a gimmick. This is real because of the fact that his children have phenomenal talent. So that talent is sustaining what he has to say. His family, his sons have replay value. So whenever LeVar Ball says something outlandish, guess what? People get to Googling, they go on YouTube, they see the footage, and they're watching the Ball family videos. That's how they get millions of views and followers on social media, IG and stuff like that. And it's working. All right. The big baller brand idea, all I can say is genius. You see the triple B's right here? It's gonna cost you $1B. All right. Dude got $100 hats. All right. And $60, $70 t-shirts. But guess what? He said it's gonna cost you $1 billion to sign all three of my children to one of these large, one of these multi-billion-dollar sneaker apparel companies like Nike and Adidas, et cetera, et cetera. Listen, man, like with my man, a barbershop conversation. Shout out to you, family. Like you said, you shoot for the moon, aim for the stars, right? So I agree with that, man. I definitely agree with that. Aim high. Aim high. You never know where you'll land on. All right. So, that LeVar, I'm a huge fan, and I respect LeBron James. And I do not agree with what you said, but I understand. I do not agree. With what you said. I would not be disrespecting nobody else's children like that. And I understand what you're trying to say, but I would not have done it in that regard or in that aspect. All right. So from that part right there, I would say leave LeBron's children alone. Leave anybody else's children's alone. Let them do them. Worry about your own sons. Keep putting your sons' names out there because they're phenomenal athletes, and leave it at that. All right. The comparisons to Steph Curry and making, better than Steph Curry and stuff like that. Again, I don't agree, but I understand. But just keep putting the Ball family's name out there, and you'll make headlines like you continue to do, because guess what? The reason why his family's name is still out there, because his children are that good. His children are sustaining what he's talking about. All right? In comparison to, and I hate to go back and talk about irrelevant people, but the Cash Me Outside girl, has she been making headlines recently? Absolutely not. Why? Because she has nothing to offer. She has no sustainable talent, nothing to offer to anyone, nothing of substance. That's why she's not making headlines. That's why she will forever be known to be the Cash Me Outside girl. Right now, she's fading into oblivion. All of those appearances at those radio stations were like, what, a week, They lasted for about a week, right? And well, I don't even understand the purpose of her going into these radio stations anyway. They talk about what exactly? They try to get her to talk about the Kardashians. That made some headlines. After that, she faded into oblivion. So guess what? 10 years from now, they're going to do it. Where are these people at? Where, you know how they do the, where are they now? I can imagine her, I guess she's 13 now, so she'll be 23. Probably got 2 kids. Regrets her being on the Dr. Phil show and just being miserable. I can imagine that. But again, she has no sustainable talent, which is why nobody's talking about her. The Ball family, they have sustainable talent, right? Which is why they keep making headlines, right? And they're the real deal. Lonzo Ball is projected to be the number 1 draft pick and not the top 2, and is a phenomenal talent. I'll be tuned in this Friday to watch UCLA. I already got a program on my DVR. All right. So I'm locked and loaded and ready to go, family. UCLA and Lonzo. I'm watching that game, family. I haven't watched college basketball since Fab 5 of Michigan when Chris Webber was on the team. All right. That's how far back it goes. All right, family. So those are my thoughts about the LeBron James comments to LeVar Ball. Leave your comments down below, family. Tell me what you guys think about what LeBron James said and about what LeVar Ball said. Let me know your thoughts, family. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. All right. Until next time, Chauncey, a.k.a. the Black Separatist, signing out. Peace.